top of the La Liga, top of the La Liga, FC Barcelona, Football Club Barcelona, top of the La Liga. What a time it is for everybody who is an FC Barcelona fan. See, the scoreline, the match, everything followed exactly what we predicted our pre-match analysis name. How difficult the match was going to be from Vallecano for how Barca would have to manage game, how Barca would have to dig deep and get results out of Vallecano match. What's exactly what panned out when Barca focus here team my friend Vallecano our big one again. Madrid visit Rayo, a team based in Madrid, so obviously there is some level of allegiance to FC Real Madrid. Of course, guys, I have a Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, so I want to subscribe to the channel. Michelle, subscribe to the channel, turn your notification turn and make sure so we choose all. Now, thank you very much to all of you who have been sharing the link, to all of you who have been dropping it into groups, to all of you who have been making others get access to Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. And I'll say a very, very big thank you to you. Your best in terms of analysis, post-match, pre-match, everything in terms of football. It doesn't get any better than it is here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Again, subscribe to the channel, not turn on notification. Send about anytime your content ever drop, you are not your first to have it. We had said this weekend, Barca were going to play a huge game against Rayo Vallecano. We had mentioned, say Oshe, the way Rayo Vallecano for bomb games in the last 9 times, Almon lose in the last 3 times. Winning it was going to be difficult, but the bigger conversation was that now about the Spanish La Liga weekend without Barcelona, and yet Barcelona were winners because in the last few games, it was going to be difficult for Barca to usurp Madrid from the top of the Spanish La Liga. And then we said, okay, fine. How were Barca going to manage this one? Were Barca going to get results against team your friend Rayo Vallecano? And I said, to me, and yet a Jumano. And of course, Barca were leading it. Spanish La Liga, and they do baby. Madrid may take you over. Now Barca closed down. Now Barca have come on top of the Spanish La Liga. It was huge. The big breaking news before kickoff was the fact that in the starting lineup, coach your friend Hans-Dieter Flick, they do not have a branch here friend Jules Koundé, not a Victor Font, and they were in the starting lineup. Hans-Dieter Flick started with Keita, Alejandro Balde, Inigo Martinez, Pau Kobasi, Hector Fort, Obo, Frankie de Jong, Pedri, Gavi, Obo, Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, and your friend Lewandowski. So 2 huge changes. One of them, your friend Jules Koundé, and one starts. But the conversation was simple. Hansi Flick was clear to everybody. He said, in the pre-match technical meeting and in preparation of this match, your friend Jules Koundé was late. And from what we are picking from Sports and Mundo Deportivo, the disciplined nature of Abrantia, coach, your friend Hansi Flick, he doesn't cut corners with it, but you're very, very strict with it. And later, he drops you. He doesn't care who you are, no matter how important of a player we are. So Hans Flick will drop you from FC Barcelona team, and that's exactly what he did with Abrantia, your friend of Jules Koundé. That was the big breaking news that came with Barca almost started against Rayo Vallecano. Then in the middle of the park, what we realized, and he said, Hansi Flick went ahead with Abrantia friend Frankie de Jong, who was the captain of the night, instead of Abrantia friend Marc Casado. And the reason was simple. Say Marc Casado on the ball, a celestial, very good controller or control tempo to say Frankie de Jong and Marc Bernal money at the end. In fact, a lot of people have been liking him to Sergio Busquets in the middle of the park. But of course, on the ball also, Frankie de Jong gives you that, and he's even more calmer under pressure. Now, the big issue is that in a game like this, what Hansi Flick wanted to avoid is another erratic player. And what Barca and Fiifi, we understand, say, Gavier, the box-to-box player, or a more aggressive or erratic. Now you didn't want to add another erratic player in Abrantia friend Macasado, who constantly want to win duels and then win balls and then make it difficult for opponent. What Hansi data flicker here was to bring in Abrantia friend Frankie de Jong, who was captain of the night, to control the tempo of the game, to calm down the match. Senegal, even if the game gets difficult, there is more tempo controlling, there is more dictation of pace in the middle of the park from Abrantia, your friend, Abrantia friend Frankie de Jong, and that's exactly what happened. When we went into the game, it was open, left, right, center. You could tell that Vallecano came in with a game plan to come and press Barcelona. For large parts of the game, they had pushed up on the wingers not to try and pin Barca for wingers staying behind. Of course, I'm talking about Rafinha from coming inside and preventing Abrantia friend Alejandro Balde from keeping the will, and also doing so with Lamine Yamal and constantly being on him. Whilst the two center backs were cheering for Rayo Vallecano in up the moment, were supposed to be aggressive and stepping into midfield when Pedri tries to receive the ball in the half turn in the half space together with Abrantia, your friend Gavi as well. So that's exactly how the game was panning out from the beginning of the game. Time and Rayo Vallecano said they will impose themselves in the matches. They will make sure they will make the game very difficult for Bia. It kept on happening until Abrantia, your friend, is Sela. Guinea near Abrantia, of course, a penalty or boxing. Of course, you went in there and you saw Abrantia, your friend Robert Lewandowski, 33-year-old striker, as a single goal in their history. Has never scored 36 years. Barcelona have never had a 36-year-old striker score in a single goal in history. Lewandowski scored 33 goals this season at age 36. That is instrumental, and I think that's a lot of credit to Hans Flick. So when you had the Barca team working very hard for Abrantia, your friend Robert Lewandowski, and from the spot, Robert Lewandowski gave Barcelona the needed the needed lead, and Barca for needed. Once Barca got the lead, we could tell now Barca were being patient, they were controlling the game, waiting for opponents, and to be very honest with you, not any game any easy. It wasn't a game where Barcelona just walked onto the field of play and then controlled it. It wasn't a game where it was easy for Barcelona. Rayo imposed themselves. In fact, Augusto Batalla, Rayo goalkeeper, in and around, was playing in midfield in the 90th minute against Barcelona, trying to get a foothold of the game and to make sure they will get results in there and then try and then get that equalizer. But of course, one other key important moment of the game was when Rayo Vallecano for a free kick. Player friend still again was in the box, but referee every game as an offside. It was because the player who was in an offside position served as a blocker to Inigo Martinez. Yes, it's contentious. It's a decision that is subjective. Anybody can make on decide to accept that that's a penalty or not a penalty. But in this case, referee on the day, I say it's a penalty, and I think I agree with them. Say it's an offside, and I think I agree with them. Say that's an offside. This is about the third or second game in a running. Barcelona have not been able to do. Almost share goals 10, 5, 6, any sign man 4-3, but they've been able to get a job done with just one goal, and they've done it with Rayo Vallecano. All of those difficult games. The last time against Deportivo Alaves, we needed Barca to do the same, and they did exactly just that. And then Barca have done it against Tima, your friend Rayo Vallecano. And on top of the Spanish La Liga, Barcelona ended that top with 51 points with a goal difference of 40. Madrid 51 points also with a goal difference of 29. Atletico de Madrid 50 points with a goal difference of 23. Athletic Club de Bilbao 45 points with a goal difference of 16. Villarreal at a 5th position with a goal difference of 12. And you can tell say it was a good one. In fact, in the dying numbers of the game, Rayo Vallecano MSA very, very close chance. Next time promotion. Nakitimi 1-1. So it was a really, really important game. Pau Kubasi was replaced again in the 81st minute. Another excellent substitution from Abrantia, your friend Hansi Flick in the 81st minute. Just so they'll bring in Eric Garcia, who is a controller also, to come and help Abrantia friend Frankie de Jong. Lewandowski inside the box did enough but couldn't get a job done. Barca a very, very good chance to win the game, but that was not supposed to happen. Another game where my man Pedri Gonzalez had an excellent game. and me pesa picture Barca for I always say have a good game, have a good game, have a good game, have a good game almost every time. Consistent quality player in every phase of play. First phase, second phase, final third. Abrante Friend Pedri was excellent. Just as a few games were ideal contests for Frankie de Jong to play, tonight's game belonged to Marc Casado over there. It was a very, very good one for Frankie de Jong, and I think that he did an excellent job in there. Abrante Friend Roger Sejni was also very important for Team My Friend FC Barcelona, and it was a good game. Frankie de Jong is playing as if the match is too much for him and for a lot of people. Instead of letting everything go through him, which is his nature, the game avoids him because given Real's aggressiveness, he is far from being able to match that pace, and that's exactly what I was saying. Yes, he wasn't able to match the pace, but it was important. Saying Barca will not be too aggressive in lunging into tackles. The last time out, Marc Casado in a game like this got a red card. You don't want that in a game like this for Abrantia, for midfield, Senegal, one man down. That's exactly what happened to Real Madrid. You don't want that at all, and that's exactly exactly what Hans Dieter Flick wanted over there. Inigo Martinez was brought down our boxing by Abrantia Venezuela, and that's exactly what happened in there. I mean, the first opening, you could tell Rayo were playing a very, very high line, but Barca opened them up. Guys, this was just a post-match analysis. Barca on top of the Spanish La Liga, 1-0 against Vallecano. I have Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. See you, God willing, tomorrow. Bye-bye.